Hey guys, good morning. This is Alan from Dream Big Live Tiny. Oh my gosh, my hair looks ridiculous. Okay, maybe that's a little bit better. So I'm back from Colombia. I'm here in Austin, Texas in my tiny house that I live in full time. And I just wanted to kind of start bringing you guys into my life here in this tiny house, show you guys around, show you what it's like living in a 20 by 8.5 foot tiny house. Obviously I don't spend, the entire year here. I do a little bit of traveling when I can, but at the end of the day, this is my home that I come back to. So I'm here for the foreseeable future. I want to give you guys a more detailed tour that is in the works. It'll be coming in the next couple weeks, but today I'm just going to kind of introduce you to what my morning is like here. We're gonna make some coffee, we're gonna make some breakfast, and I'm gonna hit a little leg workout, I think, out on the deck. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Delicious. So first bite. It's a really good first bite. So I made these exact same oats yesterday or 2 days ago, and they were not as good. The only difference was that I used peanut butter powder then, and I used real peanut butter this time. So real peanut butter is here to stay, guys. While I eat this, while I let this food digest before we get into the workout, I just kind of wanted to have a little chit chat about something I've been really grateful for lately. It's not anything new. It's just been something that I've been a lot more aware of the last couple weeks. I just started journaling and just kind of writing down my thoughts every morning and giving myself about an hour or so to myself where I don't try to start work too early. I'm not usually a morning person, so I'm not the first one to get up. That's okay with me. I feel a lot more productive kind of in the middle and later parts of the day. So I'm really trying to take advantage of that and allow myself to have the morning for myself and not be too caught up with like having to be super productive then. Something that's just kind of that I've become aware of is this time in the morning, sort of a little meta, this time that I've started to keep for myself and to read and to enjoy my breakfast and just be a little bit more mindful of the things around me that I have access to. I've been really grateful for that hour or so a day in the morning where I can take my time and enjoy making breakfast, trying to be a little bit more intentional about like the food that I make, and then my coffee. So obviously those of you that have been watching the channel now, I went to Colombia. I was there kind of vacationing a little bit and created some work and shot some tiny house tours, which some of you might have watched, hopefully. If not, I'll link them below. There's a couple of tours that we had so much fun like visiting those tiny houses and shooting those tours. But the biggest highlight for me was learning about the process of getting from coffee tree, coffee plant to this cup of coffee right here. And just being really intentional, me now in my everyday life, being very intentional about that whole process, not being like a coffee snob by any means, but just being very aware of that process and like understanding that there's beauty in like every little thing that goes into this tiny little cup of coffee at the end of the day. The farmers have done everything they can to get the best bean that they could possibly produce, and then the roasters have gone through their best practice and their best effort at roasting that bean at their very best quality, and then they sell me the bag of beans and I have to do the rest to produce this cup of coffee. I really enjoyed that process of kind of like trial and error and failing and making a really poor cup of coffee, making really good cups of coffee, and then realizing that you can be as precise as you want to be, but it's never going to be an identical cup of coffee. Translating that to other things in life, just finding the beauty in every single instance, every single version, and being content with kind of that process that it took to actually get this. And I know I went a little deep there, but I've just been really grateful for these mornings and having some time to kind of like assess everything that happened yesterday or has been happening, and then making space for myself and enjoying a wonderful breakfast. Oh my god, it just started pouring. I don't know if you guys are able to hear, but it's been raining quite a bit here in Austin lately, and yeah, it's just coming down right now, but it's kind of sunny. I don't know if I'll even get a chance to work out outside, but hopefully it clears off a little bit. In the meantime, I'm gonna finish this, digest, and read. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's funny, like when it rains, when it pours, I should say, it gets pretty loud because I have a metal roof. So sometimes it's kind of cool. Like now it's nice, it's relaxing, but the worst is when it starts pouring at night and I'm laying up in the loft, and my loft is only 3.5 feet from the roof. That's when I'm not as thankful for having a metal roof. But yeah, I just wanted to have a little chit chat with you guys. I haven't talked to the camera like this in a very long time. It feels a little weird, but I'm not a stranger to it. There was a time where I was actually making videos every single day while I was traveling for almost a year. Obviously when I do the tours, usually Megan helps me out, or I feel like I'm a lot more intentional about the things that I'm saying or the things that I'm filming. I'm not usually talking about me or my morning or my space or my routine or anything. I'm usually talking about the house. I just wanted to try out something a little bit different, use it as sort of a journaling exercise for me in a different format. I would love to look back on these and kind of see what life was like here in the tiny house. I've been living here for over 1.5 years now, so this is a little bit late that we're diving into this. Really looking forward to kind of like bringing you guys up to speed with what life has been like over that 1.5 years. Obviously, life has been very different than what a lot of us expected this last year, but I've spent a tremendous amount of time in here, sometimes by myself, sometimes with Megan. Had the chance to leave the house for the first time, like for a significant period of time when we went to Colombia for like 6 weeks. This is like the first time I'm coming back to it and kind of like readjusting since I've basically bought this house. I want to share what it's like kind of readjusting back and what life is like in general, like in a tiny house. As always, if you guys have any questions or have any suggestions on like things that I should cover, things I love about my tiny house, things that I hate, things that I would change, what's it like dealing with a composting toilet, what's it like when your water heater breaks and you have to take cold showers. Those are things that I deal with on a regular basis, and I don't really talk about that much on my page, Dream Big Live Tiny. Hopefully this is a new format that I can kind of share with you guys a little bit more. But before this gets too cold and before I keep talking and talking and talking, I'm going to finish this and I'm gonna write up a little workout. It looks like it just stopped raining. Hopefully it clears up a little bit, but I will catch you guys in a second. Alright, so it finally cleared up. Get a little bit of sunlight out here. Looks like it shouldn't rain.
too much longer, but found a little window here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get this workout over with. So I'm gonna be doing a lower body workout. It's gonna be very similar to what I was used to doing kind of around March of last year when the pandemic hit. Everything closed down, all the gyms closed down. Things that helped me were a band, this sandbag, which weighs, I think, almost 100 pounds. Those two things and my TRX completely got me through working out at home. I've just really been craving a workout at home every now and then. So I think I'm gonna start implementing it at least once a week. So inaugurating, or I guess coming back to my roots, so to speak. So I wrote a little lower body workout. We have a little warm up. We're gonna be doing 50 body weight squats, 50 lunges, and then kind of the meat of the workout, we're gonna be doing 4x8 of sandbag hang cleans, 4x8 sandbag lunges, 4x8 sandbag marches, and then we're gonna be doing a fun little band complex. Not very fun, but basically finishing the workout with that. It should be pretty quick. This should be about a 30 to 40 minute workout, depending on how much breaks I take. And yeah, let's get after it. All right, so that is the warm up. I'm gonna try one real quick to make sure I still got it. This weight is unevenly distributed. It's fluid. If you had water in here, it'd be even more fluid and a lot harder. So using sand, it makes it harder to stabilize the weight. So it feels a lot heavier than it actually is. But yeah, let's get after it. That felt a lot heavier than I remember. All right, so the hardest part of this exercise is actually getting this bag over the shoulder without hurting your back. So I usually kind of squat down into it like I'm picking up a strongman bag, kind of like you're getting a little bit lower than your deadlift stance. Hike it up. Whoop. Throwing it over your shoulder, losing the hat. All right, 4x20, 4x8 each leg. Oy. So besides getting the bag over your shoulder, what's also difficult about that exercise is the fact that the weight is offset on your body. So all the weight is on one side of the body. So your other half has to stabilize. So this is as much a leg workout as it is a core workout. Your obliques, completely other side of your body, is stabilizing that weight so that your body tries to stay in that like center point of gravity, so you're balanced. Because of that, what I usually do is I switch it up. So one side on my right, one side on my left, and then onward. So I try to do even number of sets for these single leg exercises, offset exercises. I don't know if you can tell, but it's raining again. So hopefully that doesn't ruin our parade here. If you can't tell, my conditioning is not in top form. I haven't ran probably 5 or 6 months. I actually was in the middle of training for a marathon when the Austin Marathon got canceled. I stopped training, so I haven't really done conditioning, regular conditioning since then. I've done, you know, a CrossFit Metcon here and there, something like this, but not enough to keep the conditioning up. Those last 10 reps, absolute killer. Absolute killer. All right, so we're done with the sandbag. We're gonna retire this bad boy for the day, hopefully for the week, or for the month. And then we're gonna move into front squat. I usually go a little bit further in the front squat. Get down in here. 1, 4, 5, 10, and then we're gonna do our kettlebell squats. So, and then I literally just rotate it. Stick my left hand in there, rotate it this way. 3, 4, 10. All right, so that was the banded complex. That's the finisher. So depending on how much time you have and how ambitious you're feeling, you repeat that banded complex. You do once, you do twice, 3 times, however many you need. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna think about whether I wanna do one more. But that is it, guys. That is my handy dandy lower body workout here at the tiny house, using a sandbag, using a resistance band, and our beautiful body weight. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or if you guys just want to see anything specific from my tiny house. Like I said, I'm working on a full tour of the house, as well as just gonna be talking about a lot of topics about what it's like to actually live in a tiny house full time, whether I actually recommend it or not. I'll let you guys go. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weeks, and I will see you in the next one.